All right. There's no question everything looks bullish today. Will it continue after 3 days going up here on the day chart here? Everything's above the moving averages on all the time charts, 4 hour, 1 hour, all the way down. And so there's no reason for us to not try to go bullish on this. And so I'm going to be more selective with my entries than I have been since I'm moving into using real money. And I'm trying to transition from the video game mentality into a real stable professional mindset when it comes to trading. So I will let you know how the day proceeds, and we'll record all of our trades in the video. You know, price sometimes is in an area of turmoil or a squeeze, and when it's up against or pinched in between various components like moving averages, trend lines, certain Fibonacci levels pressed into price structure, it's very unpredictable. All right. So what we have right now is on the day chart, we have price coming up to the high of yesterday, and it's also in an area where there's a trend line coming down. Okay. Now, obviously, price can do whatever it wants. We have the high of yesterday, this white line going across. We have a trend line coming down this way. Obviously, this is a good place for it to stop and pause and think about what it's going to do next. And it could do anything. You know, it can break right through as fast as a flying cheetah, or it can get stuck here and reverse and come down. All right, or it can just chop around today and stay sideways and then make its mind up in the next day or two what it wants to do. So, you know, some days like yesterday, there was nothing in the way. It's got plenty of room to go to the next level where there's an obstacle. It's free flowing. It's already broken out of this level right here. It's already above the moving averages, as you can see. So yesterday I was pretty almost carefree of just going long on it. But today, now it's hit that level, and now we have to pause and think more carefully about our decision-making process on our trades. So I just want to throw that in the video and as a record, and then we'll see what we come up with here in a few minutes. All right, I'm certainly not surprised that price is getting pinched and head faking and all these different things. It's kind of going sideways, so it's not that big of a deal where it's trying to sell off and go bearish. But when it, like I said, on the day chart, when it's pinched in between trend line and various things, the high of the previous day right here, and you can see right here that it's kind of a doji candle. It tried to go over the trend line, tried to go over the high of the previous day, and put in an M pattern, lower high, came back underneath, and now it's creating lower highs. This is very important. It's creating lower highs each time. Now it's trending underneath, and it can't get back over the previous day's high. I'm not saying it's going to sell off into a multiple 100-point drop to the downside. I'm just saying this is a very tricky market, and we got to be very careful. All right, let's take a look at what happened today. It was pretty tricky for me. My trading style, I need a lot of time. I like to have a lot of time. I don't want to have just 1 hour left of the day to try to figure out how to, break even or scale my position. So if I get into a bad situation with only 2 hours left or an hour and a half left, I just try to break even, and that's what happened. Last time I recorded, we were in this situation right here where it started trending down below the low of the high of yesterday. Right here, let's take a look at the day chart. It did end up dropping down below the low of that previous day's high, and then it really just kept going. So it's starting to make its way back up now a little bit, but a long pin tail, it turned red. It was even red for the day. Now it's green again. So it dropped below the previous day's high and started turning red. That was very telling with only like an hour left of the trading day. And basically, I'm trying to get out of my position for break even or a low loss. The 7th trade is what happened. So let's take a look at it here. We were doing good up to 5 trades. 5 trades, everything's going good, just scalping a little bit at a time. Right here is the 5th trade, little scalp. And then it gets up here, and I do a couple more trades. This trade was a little scalp to the upside, and I started to try to play the range right here, and as it came down and down, I bought and added, and then it came down and I added again, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see if it, and then it just started because it fell back into this range here. And I said, okay, let's just, I had a chance to do something on this first bounce right here. It just didn't quite come up high enough for me. I wished I did do something on that bounce. It just didn't come up high enough for me. So I had a chance to make a move on this particular bounce right here. But then I waited, and then I added to, 9. So I had 9 micros right here, and it went up and it went up, and I just closed my position right here once I was profitable. So, you know, we're only up $29 today on the simulator. I didn't do anything. Today was a really weird day. It's in that range where I said it was just going to either get stuck under the moving average, or it's going to, you know, play choppiness all day long because of where it's at. The high of the previous day, these trend lines coming down, and it just chopped too much for me. Although we were profitable a little bit, it could have been a disaster if it decided to go way down. You know, if it decided to do an afternoon crash and continue for a couple hundred points, I would have been really hurting. I probably would have had a red day today. But right now, we did manage to, by the skin of our teeth, get out for a positive green day. Let's take a look at the month so far. We did have a little bit of a drawdown today, a couple hundred, almost $200 drawdown on that. So I'm glad I wasn't using the Apex account today. And for the month, we are looking at, you know, every day's been a winner so far anyway, every day. But, you know, when we have a loser, we can really have a loser. So we're just going to be grateful for what we got here. Yeah, there we go. We can see that a little bit better. This is May 2024. You can see what we did. And, you know, everything's looking pretty good on the equity curve. Let's check it out real quick. I'm grateful that, you know, we're back up to where we were when we had the losses. We recovered all those losses on that big $1,000 drop day we had, but we're right back up over the top of that. Thank goodness. Thank God. And so we're just going to keep chipping away at it, hopefully, and keep waiting for really good trade setups to get into the Apex account. And when I use my real money account, I'm not going to trade those accounts on days that are questionable. And, you know, I'm just going to keep practicing, though, with the simulator. And this is the simulator equity curve right here. Let's see. The other one is not the Apex account right here is just basically, we're just up about $141 in that account. And every day's been a winner, no drawdowns, but I'm only trading it when I have what seems to be a guaranteed win. So it's not like I'm taking a lot of risk in that particular account. So, you know, I don't really want to, you know, like last month I had 6 winning days, and so far this month I've really only traded it 1 day right there. And so once we get to $3,000 in the Apex account, we will be able to qualify for a real live money account where I can start to get payouts on it. So I'm taking it very, very serious, and I'm not using the Apex account for sloppy, reckless play video game trading. I'm really treating it like real money, and that's what you got to do if you want to get payouts on it. So all right, so we're done for today. We'll see you tomorrow on the next video.